Nicolas Sarkozy, once president of France from 2007 to 2012, was a dynamic and controversial leader, known for his bold reforms and high-profile personal life. He held key government roles before his presidency, shaping French politics for years. Sarkozy's tenure saw major events like the 2008 financial crisis and France's intervention in Libya. Supporters admired his decisiveness, while critics accused him of deepening divisions and favoring the elite. After losing re-election, Sarkozy remained influential, but became entangled in legal battles that eroded his reputation. Today, October 23, 2025, marks the most dramatic turn in his story. Sarkozy is now a prisoner. The journey from the Élysée Palace to a Paris prison is a tale of power, downfall, and justice. It raises profound questions about accountability at the highest levels of government. Sarkozy's imprisonment stems from the Libyan case, allegations that his 2007 campaign was secretly funded by Muammar Gaddafi's regime. Prosecutors claimed Sarkozy's team struck a corrupt deal, millions in illegal donations for future diplomatic favors. The investigation, spanning over a decade, relied on testimonies, financial records, and secret documents. Key witness Ziad Taqiyuddin initially described delivering cash-filled suitcases, a claim he later retracted, but his testimony was pivotal. On September 25, 2025, the Paris court found Sarkozy guilty of criminal conspiracy, not for proven money transfers, but for the corrupt pact itself. The court ruled that even the agreement to accept foreign money for political favors was a grave crime. Judges said Sarkozy's actions betrayed public trust and undermined democracy. The verdict shattered his claims of innocence and forever tainted his 2007 victory. It sent a clear message: intent to commit high-level corruption is itself a punishable offense. Sarkozy's trial gripped France, with the former president fiercely defending himself and claiming a conspiracy against him. His lawyers argued there was no concrete evidence, but prosecutors presented a web of circumstantial proof and testimonies. On September 25, 2025, Sarkozy was found guilty and sentenced to 5 years in prison, the first modern French president to receive actual jail time. The court viewed his crime as a profound breach of public trust. 2 former ministers were also convicted, highlighting the scale of the conspiracy. The verdict marked a stunning fall from grace for Sarkozy. The image of a former president declared a criminal deeply unsettled the nation. Sarkozy's 5-year prison sentence is unprecedented in French history. Unlike past leaders who received suspended sentences, Sarkozy was ordered to serve real jail time, immediately. The court's decision was meant to send a powerful message: no one is above the law. The crime, conspiring with a foreign dictator to fund an election, was deemed an attack on democracy itself. Immediate incarceration underscored the seriousness of his offense and the principle of equal justice. For Sarkozy, the loss of freedom is the ultimate humiliation, ending a career built on strength and authority. His dramatic fall from the presidency to a prison cell is a stark warning to future leaders. Power is fleeting, but the consequences of one's actions can be permanent. On October 21, 2025, Sarkozy entered La Sante prison, a historic Parisian facility now serving as his new home. As a high-profile inmate, he's kept separate from the general population for security, likely in a special wing or solitary confinement. This isolation isn't for comfort, but protection, especially given his role in Libya's conflict. Sarkozy's cell is basic, his routine strictly controlled, and his contact with the outside world limited. Despite some privileges like books or TV, his freedom is severely restricted. The transition from global leader to isolated prisoner is stark and lonely. The prison administration faces the unique challenge of holding a former president accountable while ensuring his safety. Sarkozy's presence is a constant security concern. His time in Sante marks a quiet, solitary chapter in a once public life. The Libyan case is Sarkozy's most serious conviction, but not his first. In 2021, he was found guilty of corruption and influence peddling, trying to bribe a magistrate for secret information. He received a 3-year sentence with 2 years suspended, and served the remainder at home with an electronic bracelet. In 2022, he was convicted for illegal campaign financing in the Big Malian affair, after his campaign spent nearly double the legal limit. That conviction brought another year-long sentence, half suspended, and further damaged his reputation. These cases revealed a pattern of bending the law to protect his interests and win elections. In June 2025, Sarkozy was stripped of the Legion of Honor, symbolizing his fall from national hero to disgraced figure. The Libyan case is the final chapter in a long story of legal and ethical failures. Sarkozy's legacy is now defined by repeated breaches of public trust. Sarkozy has consistently proclaimed his innocence, denouncing the verdict as a scandal and a political witch hunt. He claims the justice system is being used by his enemies to destroy him, framing himself as a victim rather than a criminal. His defense strategy is to attack the credibility of his accusers, especially those linked to the Gaddafi regime. Even from prison, Sarkozy remains defiant, releasing statements on social media and rallying his supporters. He insists he is a patriot punished for defending French interests, not a corrupt politician. This combative stance is classic Sarkozy, never backing down, always fighting. However, his refusal to accept the court's authority has drawn criticism for disrespecting the rule of law. His reaction has polarized France. To some, he's a persecuted hero, to others, a guilty man refusing accountability. The battle for his legacy continues, even behind bars. Sarkozy's imprisonment is a watershed moment for France, proving that even the most powerful are not above the law. The case shattered the belief that political elites are untouchable, reinforcing the independence of the judiciary. Judges and prosecutors faced immense pressure but secured a conviction, restoring public faith in the rule of law. The verdict sets a new ethical standard for French leaders and serves as a warning against corruption. Globally, Sarkozy's case is a rare example of a former head of state being jailed for crimes in office. It signals a shift toward greater transparency and accountability worldwide. The sight of a former G7 leader in prison is a potent symbol. The era of impunity for the powerful may be ending. France's justice system has set a powerful example for democracies everywhere. Sarkozy's journey from the Élysée Palace to a prison cell is a modern political tragedy. His ambition led to a historic fall, and his conviction is a dark stain on his legacy. The 5-year sentence is a personal disaster, but a national reckoning. France has confronted uncomfortable truths about power and justice, affirming that no one is above the law. The Sarkozy affair is a compelling lesson in accountability for leaders everywhere. It shows the strength of democratic institutions when they hold even the most powerful to account. Sarkozy maintains his innocence, but the court and history have delivered their verdict. The message is clear. Justice must be for everyone, or it is for no one.